Using Pear Deck for remote learning is a great way to get feedback from your students. You can use Pear Deck either in student pace mode or you can use it as teacher pace mode. Today I'm going to show you how to get it into student pace mode so that you can send a link to your students and allow them to do the Pear Deck on their own time. So the first thing you need to do is open up your Google slide that you want to use. You're going to then go to add-ons, Pear Deck for Google Slides add-on, open Pear Deck add-on. This Google slide I've already created and I've already added the Pear Deck questions in here. So here I have the interactive slides from Pear Deck that have already been added. So when I'm ready to send the lesson to my students, I'm going to go over here and select Start Lesson. When I do that, Pear Deck gives me an option to choose my lesson mode. So if I want to go into a student-paced activity, I would click here. If I wanted to do it live, I would click over here, and I'll have another video about that at another time. So I'm going to click on student-paced activity. This is going to then allow me to sign into my account. I'm going to open up my presentation. When I open up the presentation, tells me I have my student dashboard, and it says this session is in student pace mode. All I need to do is copy this link and send it to my students. I can also click on Share to Classroom. It's going to open up my Google Classroom. I can choose which class I want to send it to. So in this case, if I want to send it to remote learning, I can select that class and then as it as an assignment and then click on Go, which allows me to create that assignment in Google Classroom. If I just want to copy the link and send it to the kids, I can do that by clicking on copy link, and then I can send it however I'm communicating with my students. At this point, now my students have the Pear Deck, and when I go to Open Teacher Dashboard, you'll notice it shows that it's in student paced, and then I can monitor students working as they go. You can see this is the teacher dashboard here, and I can see that I'm waiting for student responses. When it's time for me to close out at the end of the day, even if my students aren't finished, I can click on End. I can say leave and allow students to keep working. That allows them to continue working in the session. When I am done with the session, so I'm going to leave and allow students to keep working. So then it takes me back to my presentation. When I'm ready to end the session, I'm going to go back or come back to it the next day, and I'm going to go to peardeck.com. I'm going to log in. When I log in, I'm going to go here to Sessions. This shows that I have the student-paced unnamed session. I can open up my classroom view, I can open up the teacher dashboard view, or I could go here and end the session. When I end the session, no students can access the work anymore, and at that point, the session has ended. If I decided I wanted to reopen the session, maybe I had a student who didn't finish, I can do that. I would need to turn on student pace mode, and then I can go back and go into my dashboard. Here to see student answers. So here, if students had answered, I would see their responses and allow me to then grade the work or give my students feedback.